Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, I love Valentine's Day. Really, I love it. I
do too.
love love. I love.
Isn't that funny? Because I'm actually not into the whole commercialization as far as like, you have to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day. You have to do this or that. But I just love the whole like vibe of the month of February because of Valentine's Day.
Me too. And I like pink and red hearts and all the things. We were talking, I have a friend group that did Halloween care package for college students themed. We did it together.
Right.
So we had talked about doing a Valentine's Day one. And one of the moms who has a son in college was like, there's actually not that much that boys really want. And she said, and it's a lot of platters. She said, so maybe stuff we would want, but even the girls, do they really want the heart-shaped platter? Like, yeah, you're right. So we're going to do Easter.
Okay.
But I just love all that stuff.
I love it. I know. Yeah. We actually are doing a Valentine's care package group tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So of course, when we have this posted, it'll be gone.
Right.
But I'll post a picture of it so everybody can see it.
Okay. That's fun.
Well, so we have to give our annual disclaimer. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Go ahead. Why don't you say it?
Okay. So obviously the things we love the most are not things. We love people. We love God. We love freedom.
Yeah.
And so these are really practical things that are meant to help sister to sister, your everyday life, maybe be a little more fun, maybe be a little easier, but they're not the things we treasure in our hearts.
Yeah.
So when we say things we love, we love them in a very tongue-in-cheek or casual way.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Was that
well, on that note, let's get into beauty products.
Okay.
Let's go straight into beauty. What have been your favorite beauty products this year?
Okay. Well, the very first thing on my list is something you gave me a week ago.
Yeah.
And so it just made the list. The Style Edit Root Touch-Up. Okay. We need to have a conversation here. I think we're going to do a whole episode at one point about going gray.
Okay.
I am not going. Okay. I should back up. I am going gray by God's design, and I'm fighting it by my design.
Right.
And so I am paying someone to color my hair. However, my gray is becoming a higher and higher percentage of my roots. And I have tried everything. And you gave me this powder that is like a sponge powder, and it seems to work better than anything else I found. And it's the Style Edit Root Touch-Up. And so when we were together, I parted my hair in a certain spot. I did the touch-up on the part, and then I covered the part of my forehead that's really heavily gray. I, did that. And it worked for the week that I was really struggling with my roots. So you may all have opinions about going gray. I just am not there yet, though it is a continuous discussion with my hairstylist. It is probably going to be sooner than I thought when I pictured myself 20 years ago.
And a continuing discussion with your kids.
Oh, yes.
Because they have opinions.
And it's interesting. They have opinions that go in both directions.
Right.
And, they don't get to decide. My husband does like my hair right now, which that's weird for him to even comment on it. So, and I figure these are the people that look at me. They look at me more than I look at myself. Right. So I do take that into account a little bit too. But also there's, the cost and the time, but I'm like, hey, if you don't mind that we're spending this much money on my hair and that I'm going to the hairstylist every 6 weeks to get my roots done. Okay. So enough about that, but we will maybe as the sisterhood talk about this topic later. And then the next 3 things on my list all came from my dermatologist.
Okay.
So these are medically approved skincare products. But this was what she said. She said all of the skincare products that are meant to reduce your aging skin, the impact of aging on your skin. She said, really the thing that makes the difference is vitamin C serum, which I'd heard, a renewing night cream that has retinol in it, maybe. Is that what? I don't know.
Retinol.
And then continued use of sunscreen when you're out in the day. And she said, these are the products that I think are good quality that you can buy at a drugstore that are as good a quality as you're going to buy at a beauty counter.
As good.
Yeah. She said from a research perspective, there isn't anything that indicates that the $100 bottle of cream is different than the $25
Well, there
bottle
you
of
go.
cream if it has these certain ingredients and these have these certain ingredients. So I said, the sisterhood needs to know about these. So these are the 3 things. I don't know how you pronounce this brand, CeraVe. I got it at Target. They have it on Amazon. CeraVe vitamin C serum and renewing night cream. And then the Cetaphil daily oil-free facial moisturizer with SPF 35.
Okay.
And she said, just put the serum on in the morning, then the SPF cream, and then at night, put the serum on and the night cream. That's your routine. I mean, wash your face, but that's your routine. And so that I've been doing it since October when I had my dermatology appointment. And the stuff I bought in October, I still have. Like they're also products that last a long time because you don't need a lot. And I do love the facial moisturizer. It is really.
Have you noticed a difference?
Yeah. Things haven't gotten worse. How about that?
Okay. Hey, that's a win.
Yeah. And that's the thing with sunscreen, right? You're trying to prevent more damage because you can't. Some of the damage, she said, and here's the reality. A lot of the damage has already happened.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
But
back in the baby oil days.
And what's interesting is my older girls really are good about sunscreen because they look at my face and they hear, okay, I think I want a different skin when I'm 48 than you have when you're 48.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I know. I do feel like this younger generation is way more in tune with their skin. I mean, to the point where they're getting Botox starting in their 20s, which, come on, let's just not even go there right now. But, they are more aware.
They don't follow the bangs before Botox rule. Have you ever heard that? So Krista and I, for listeners, Krista and I went to the same college. When I went to our 20th college reunion, which was not the same year as you, but my 20th college year reunion, people were talking about wrinkles on foreheads. Like that was a topic of conversation. We were in our 40s. And somebody said, our mantra is bangs before Botox. You have to try the bangs first. And I was like, okay. So I've done neither bangs nor Botox just for, I mean, I'm not opposed to either. I just have not chosen to do either of those. But if I have bangs, you guys know where I'm headed. That's all I'm going to say. If you see a picture of me with bangs, you know what's coming next. Okay, Krista.
Oh my gosh.
Let's hear your favorite beauty tips from the last year.
Well, this is coming in hot from one of my favorite people, Emily Love. She's another life coach. I adore her. She's a sister. And she invited me to come speak at their church. And her sister, Emily, and her sister, Ashley, were running this event. And as part of the event, they had a bunch of people bring their favorite things, and then they said them out loud. Well, this is straight from Ashley, her sister, who is kind of a fashion beauty like icon, right? And I mean, she's amazing. And she said she has found the perfect triple threat lip situation.
Okay. So and just side note for credibility, these two women look like supermodels. I mean, they could be supermodels. They're just choosing not to be. Okay, right. Go ahead.
Well, and so you better believe that I perked right up when she said that she found the triple threat lip situation. Okay, so here's what it is. It is Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips lipstick, Well, first you got to put on the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat lip liner, and the color is iconic nude. So you start with that lip liner, and then you follow it with a Hot Lips lipstick in the color Kim KW nude. So these are kind of that nude, lip. And then you top all of that with the Fenty Glass Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer in Fussy. That's the color, Fussy. Okay.
Okay. Is Kim KW Kim Kardashian?
Probably. I mean,
Okay.
Probably. I don't know. But I would assume so.
Because she's got some lips, right?
She's got some lips. And but I will say the other day I was wearing the triple threat combo and my sister said, "What are you wearing?" Like she definitely noticed. And she said, "Get me that combo." So that's one testimonial of
Okay.
it really does look really good. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
And it
Well, I
goes with
trust
everything.
Emily prides herself in lip
And lip
gloss.
gloss.
Yeah. So her sister, I'm sure, is equally
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
researched. Okay. Let's move on. How about gifts? What gifts are you loving to give right now that you love?
Okay. Well, the good old, by the way, for those of you on YouTube, I have some visuals. So here we go.
Okay.
Here's the lip. Here's the two of the lip things. And then for the gifts, I'm holding up the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah.
The Stanley Cup is really a gift that just keeps on giving because you're hydrated every day. And for some reason, it's become fashionable. I'm not really sure why Stanley Cups have become fashionable. They've always been for like construction workers, but suddenly it has become very in vogue to have a Stanley.
Yeah, they sell them at Ace Hardware.
Yeah, so good for Stanley. Like good for Stanley. Right. They have crossed over into like the influencer Instagram world, which I mean, hey, way to go, Stanley. Way to just figure it out. Anyway.
Right. Because can I say my 13-year-old was looking over our list last night of favorite things. And she was like, "Oh, Stanley Cups." That was the thing that stood out to her.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, go Stanley. You have somehow done it. And they have different price points. So you can get the smaller one for like $30. You can get the big one for $40, but they have different ones you can buy and they keep people hydrated. I mean, I literally use mine every day. I mean, it really is great because I know, okay, if I can drink, I try and go for 3 of the 40 ounces a day. That's hard to do. I can for sure do 2, but I try and do 3 of the 40 ounces a day. So then you know how much water you're drinking.
Yeah.
And it's better than me carrying around my giant jug that I used to carry around. So, okay. The second one is the Target Magnolia Stoneware Sink Caddy, kitchen sink caddy. And I will tell you, they had this last year and it sold out and I wasn't able to get them. And I really wanted to. And it's a great price point. It's like $15, like $14.99. And it's just this cute little sink caddy that you put by your sink and it has a place for your scrub brushes and your dish soap. And it's just very handy. And it's because I always have like some kind of crock that I keep my scrub brushes and things in, but I hate that it gets nasty in the bottom. And so this little sink caddy, it's just a better situation.
Okay.
Easier to clean, smaller. And it's just a cute gift. Like I've given that with dish soap, a little like wooden scrub brush, and you can have a dish towel that you give with it. It's a really cute gift. Cute. And then finally, something that everybody likes, and I think everybody wears is the Kate Spade stud earrings. So these, and sometimes you can find them at Nordstrom Rack, but Nordstrom always carries them. And they are just like a great all around stud earring that young and old appreciate.
Who doesn't love a good stud?
Yeah. I mean, they just go with everything, right? So it's a great, safe gift.
Yeah. Good. I like that. I like those. I like all those.
Okay, good.
Practical and pretty. That's Wendy, right? From the Peaceful Homestead. She likes the practical and pretty, and those all 3. Right. Okay. What else? What else are you loving right now?
Well, I would say in the home decor category, and these would also make great gifts. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff I'm talking about, they're great gifts too. One is I have finally found the perfect black vase. Are you happy to know that?
You. And I didn't know that you were looking for it.
Okay. Well,
but tell us about it.
I'm really excited because, well, first of all, I love stone vases. Like I love stone vases, and they're sturdy. And I've been looking for like the perfect size stone vase, and I found it on CB2. It's the Victoria Black vase.
Okay.
And what's great about it is like it's this perfect medium height. So you can use it as a standalone. Like I just normally I have it just sitting out on top of two books. So it just sits out and it's really pretty decorative. But then it's like the perfect vase for flowers. So whenever I have flowers, I just grab it and then cut them down. And it's just like, it's, you know how there's just vases that make flowers look pretty and that it's like exactly the right proportion. That's this vase.
Okay.
So I'm very happy with it. Very happy.
I like CB2. It's got that modern, sleek feel, probably.
Yes.
Okay.
It does. And then the other thing that I just love is the Smith & Hawken, which is a Target brand, the Smith & Hawken outdoor black lanterns. They have them in 3 different sizes, and they look like the Pottery Barn ones, but they are a fraction of the cost. And that's what I also like about them. But they're a very sturdy cast iron, and I use them inside and outside. So I pull them inside for different things. I take them outside to the front porch. I take them out in the summer, I take them out to the deck. I mean, these lanterns are all over the place. I stick them on tables. Like when I want to do a really fun, like big tablescape, I'll put, different size lanterns on. So these lanterns are kind of my workhorses of decor items. So they're
building
well worth. Yeah, they're well worth the investment. I mean, because you can literally use them everywhere.
Okay.
And they do look like the Pottery Barn ones. They're just Target and they're so cute. All right.
Now, Smith & Hawken used to be its own store, right? Like a garden store.
Yes.
Is it still, or is it now just a Target brand?
No, I think it's now just a Target brand. They must have sold to Target or something, but it is a great line. Like they have quality stuff.
Yeah. It comes back to me from my childhood, kind of like Sears. I'm picturing catalogs. Okay.
Well, because I think they are Seattle based too.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you being from Seattle, you were probably in tune with the Smith & Hawken. Didn't we go to college with the Smith & Hawken person?
Anyway. I don't know, but if we did, could you contact us, please? We are looking for sponsors for the Open Door Sisterhood podcast. Okay. What about in the kitchen? What are you loving in the kitchen right now?
I've got some good ones this year. I'm excited to share. Okay. The first one is, have you heard of the next trend garlic twister?
No, I haven't.
Well, you need to know about this because it is so fabulous. It is this little acrylic round gadget. So it's just little, like a fit in a drawer. And it has teeth on both sides. So the top and the bottom piece of this acrylic circular thing. And you stick the garlic in the teeth of the bottom one. You stick the top piece on and then you twist it and it chops the garlic.
Like a clove at a time or a head at a time? Clove.
Wait, no, I just put in however many cloves I want.
Okay.
So you can't fit more than probably 4 or 5 in there. It's not big enough, but I can do probably up to 4, and you just stick them in there and then you twist and it just minces it.
Nice.
Oh, it is a great gadget. Like every kitchen needs this gadget. And I will say it's a great gift too for people, because who doesn't need to chop garlic?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead. You want to talk more about garlic?
No. actually was going to go back to beauty products really fast
Okay.
because it reminds me of one of my other favorites
Oh,
that Ashley Gadd told us about. The silk, I don't even know what it's called. It's the silk roll thing that you roll your hair instead of using a hot curling iron. You use this.
yes.
So I bought one.
You did?
For my
I
girls
didn't
for
know
Christmas.
I didn't know
Not
you
for me.
bought it.
Yeah, I bought one.
But okay.
For them, for my younger two use it. And they sleep in it. I mean, they look a little bit like Laura Ingalls Wilder, like you have your curlers in
Totally.
and you sleep in your curlers at bed at night, but it really, really works. And I'll think of the proper name and put it in the show notes with the link, but it's like $16. I mean, I got it for like a little Christmas bonus present and they love it and it works. And adults
And Ashley uses it, right? Like
Yeah.
she uses it on a regular basis. Like she loves it.
Yeah, she does. She
Okay.
uses it. So anyway, the garlic twist reminded me of the hair twist. And so there you go. Okay, what's
okay.
next
Well,
in
we'll
the
get
kitchen?
that. We'll get that in there in the show notes too. Okay. The other one is the over the sink roll up dish drying rack. Do you use that?
No.
It's literally this like engineering wonder, and it's a rack that rolls out for drying dishes, or you can even like rinse berries off or rinse produce off on it. So it just sits on part of your sink. Is that you look puzzled?
I'm trying to picture it. You roll it out.
Yeah, it's like metal kind of,
Okay.
but it rolls up into, just like you would a mat.
Okay.
You roll it up like a mat. But then it's short and you unroll it and it has slits in it, like slats, and it just rolls across your sink and it becomes a drying rack. But what I like about it is you can roll it up real quick and put it away, and you can leave it out as long as you want, but you can rinse produce on it. You can dry dishes, whatever.
Okay. So it goes above your sink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sits right on top. So that's great. I'm loving the Magnolia clear glass mixing bowls. So I picked these up randomly. Like I was at Target one day and I'm like, I really probably do need a new set of mixing bowls. And I saw them there and I seriously love them. I don't know why I love them so much, but they're the perfect size. They have the perfect lip on them and they're just easy storage and they're not too big. So I think that's what I like. You know how when you get the big metal bowls, the mixing bowls, like sometimes they're just so big and you don't use that every day. So these clear glass ones are just like the perfect size. I love them.
Okay. I'm going to challenge your claim that it was random because I look at the description. It's Magnolia, it's glass, and it's a mixing bowl. All three of those things don't feel very random to me. They feel like things you would be drawn to.
Well, yes, but I wasn't like,
you weren't hunting for one.
Yes. But then I actually did, like they only had one in the store. I picked him up and I'm so glad I did.
God gave it to you is what you're saying. God gave you these bowls.
It is a blessing, these bowls. And then the last one I'm going to say, and I did this as a gift for Christmas, is the 9x13 white ruffled ceramic baking dish from Crate and Barrel. It's a great price point. And what I did for my husband's business partners is I bought these dishes and then I actually made cinnamon rolls and put them in them and then wrapped them in a tea towel for Christmas.
Cute. Yeah.
And it was really fun. It was a great gift. And you would think that the ruffle would be almost too much and you wouldn't like it, but just trust me. Like it's really, I mean, it's Crate and Barrel. They're a little more modern and they're not cutesy. It's not cutesy. It's actually really a nice baking dish. And it's, it's not the price point of Le Creuset. So.
Well, I mean, I'm not opposed to a ruffle. I mean,
okay.
Throw a ruffle on anything. And
it's just not too ruffled is what I'm saying. Like it doesn't, it's not too cutesy. Like it's a really nice ruffle, like kind of ruffly edge.
Okay. Subtle ruffle.
All right. Well, let's talk apps or websites. Do you have any that you're liking these days?
Yeah, we have really gotten into Game Time. It's an app. It's probably a website too, but it is good for last minute tickets to things.
Yes.
So you can buy things in advance too, but I think the prices actually might get better the closer you get to the event. And people are trying to get rid of tickets. Anyway, we have used them mostly for sporting events here in Denver, which everything's so expensive here because we just have so many people that want to go to things. But
such a problem.
It's such a problem. Anyway, Game Time's our new place to buy tickets.
Oh, I love it. That's a great
forget
tip.
Ticketmaster. Forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the world mad at Ticketmaster?
But Game Time does concert tickets too. Like, it's not just games. They do like all kinds of tickets. So
yep, they do. And we just don't go to as many concerts as we do basketball games.
Yes.
Let's be real. Okay. What about you?
Well, I'm just going to give a shout out to an old goodie, an old classic, which is now going.com, but it's formerly Scott's Cheap Flights. But I just really am in the mood to try and catch some cheap flights to fun places. So that's one of my 2023. I mean, we'll see if it actually happens, but you can just pay a subscription of like 30 something dollars. And Scott's Cheap Flights will send you the best deals randomly. It doesn't like, you don't get a pick where you're going, but every day they'll send you an email that says, okay, here's the cheap flights to here, 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 and here. And so then you just travel more and you go more places and life is more interesting. And
all of a sudden your life is completely different because of your $30 subscription. I'm in. I'm totally in. That's my price point.
So I'm just suddenly very into this. Like, I think as my kids are getting older and I'm feeling that there's maybe some more freedom, I'm like, I do want to like go places and see things, and what a great way to make that happen. And you might have to be a little more spontaneous, and I understand that I'm not quite there yet. Like, maybe in a couple years I'll really be into Scott's Cheap Flights, going.com, but I'm warming up.
Okay. Good. Well, take me with you.
Okay. Clothing. Let's talk favorite clothing items.
Okay. I've got to explain, but New Balance sneakers. I have a pair that are cute that I got on sale. But can I just tell you, I don't wear things that teenagers compliment me on in general. Like, I'm not like fashion forward.
Wait, really?
But I have gotten some sincere compliments from people under the age of 24, mixed a little bit with shock that I would have these sneakers, that I am like, I guess I need more New Balance sneakers in my life. But part of it is surprising to me because I just think of New Balance as a running company, because they used to be just legit running shoes, and now they're fashion shoes and statement pieces. And the other thing is, I pretty much just want to wear sneakers now. I mean, really, because I am old, but my feet, I'm so uncomfortable in regular shoes. So I have to figure out how to pull off cute sneakers, and New Balance apparently is the way to go.
Have you seen, though? I mean, honestly, they're wearing sneakers with everything now, like suit jackets.
Yeah. Weddings,
sneakers,
grooms,
weddings, sneakers. Yeah. Like, everything is sneakers. Everything is sneakers.
And I'm all for it, because I'm like, why be uncomfortable? So anyway, I will just say, if you think New Balance is for runners, it's not. It's for hip moms that want to impress their nephews and nieces. Okay.
And they have platform sneakers too now, which are really cute too. So yeah.
I also want to add, if you are watching on YouTube, I am really loving your jacket that you're wearing right now.
Well, I'm really glad that you said that, because that gets to one of my favorite things. This is Nuuly.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, you've got to explain this to everybody.
Okay.
And then I have some questions.
So this is something I'm just trying. This is my first month because we have some sisters from the sisterhood who love Newly. And so they talked me into it. And it is basically a rental situation where you sign up for a subscription and you rent 6 pieces for $80-ish. So you sign up and they send you 6 pieces that you choose off their website. And essentially you rent them for a month and then you send them back. And then you can pick 6 new pieces. So the whole idea is kind of that you are not just filling your closet with things that you'll never wear again.
Mm-hmm.
You are recycling clothes, which
Mm-hmm.
is very environmentally friendly. Like, I actually love the business concept. I think it's really
Mm-hmm.
great. And then you're trying new things that maybe you wouldn't buy on your own. And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's fine. I'm going to try it because what do I have to lose? I'm not spending, because the Newly clothes are high end. I mean, they're like Free People, Anthropology. I mean, they're not the cheap brands. And
Wow.
so you wouldn't normally buy that and try something new, but you'll rent it for a month.
Okay. So I didn't know you got to choose the pieces.
Yes.
Can you also opt to have someone like a stylist, like some of the other clothing
I
subscriptions?
actually don't know, but I don't think so.
Well, that jacket, I mean, it's
Okay,
really amazing.
Okay,
it's really
thank
amazing.
you. Well, I really love it. And I wore it for Valentine's.
Okay.
I mean, I did
Good
pick
job.
this specifically for
Good
Valentine's.
job. I did not pick my outfit for today based on our topic.
Okay.
Good job.
Well, I did. And because I was going to just flex Newly a little bit.
Yeah.
But I will say they have an option to buy. So should I buy this jacket?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much it is, but
it's actually not too bad. This one's not Free People.
Yes.
Okay.
That jacket, and you should buy me one too. That's the new gift. You could get me a crock for my scrub brushes for my kitchen, or you could get me that jacket.
Okay.
I would not mind.
Okay. So Newly, anyway, I mean, this is my first month, everyone. So I'm new to Newly, but so far it's kind of fun, though I have had some bombs. Like I have like 5, maybe 4 items that are in the box in the garage because I'm not going to wear them this month. They just don't look cute. So that's the downside out of the 8. And then then you have to send them back. So that's the downside. So we'll see how long this lasts, but it is one of my things I'm doing.
Yeah. And a lot of people are doing it. I will say, I've heard about it in different places. Okay. What else?
The other, I just have to give a shout out to the Patagonia Nano Puff Parka, which we are still in very frigid temperatures. And I've been wearing this coat nonstop. Here's what I like about it. It's the long Patagonia. So it like goes down kind of mid-thigh, and it's lightweight. So you don't have like the big bulk of the down coats, but it's really warm. And like, I wear it on walks. I wear it to the store. I wear it to school to, go volunteer, whatever. Like, I'm just wearing it everywhere. So it's just a great, like, if you're going to invest in a good winter coat, it's a really good one because it's so lightweight, but it's works well.
Okay.
And then finally, how I sometimes discover some little treasure at Costco because I'm the Costco girl that's always at Costco.
Yeah.
Well, I discovered another one, and it is these bras from Bali, the company Bali. And it's like you're wearing a bra, but you're not even wearing one. So it looks like the shape of a sports bra, but it's in like it's a silky material, but it has the pads in it. And so it's like when you're wanting to wear a bra, but you don't want to wear a bra. Yeah. This is your go-to. And they're so cheap. And
I'm wondering when you want to wear a bra, but okay.
But when you're just like home and you're just like, you need to put on a bra because but you're not really not feeling like you want to. This is like, you're not wearing a bra, but you are.
Okay. Sounds delightful. I'm going straight to Costco and asking. The people, where's the bra? Where are
It
the
comes
bras?
in a 2 or 3. I can't remember if it's a 2 or 3 pack. I just thought I'm going to try this and just see. And sure enough, they're fantastic. So another Costco secret find.
That's right.
Of course, not too secret because everyone at Costco is probably buying them, but. All right. Well, let's talk about favorite tips.
Okay. The printer behind me is just started. So there's a tip when you're recording a podcast, tell people that are in the house with you to not print things on the printer. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Why don't you go? Why don't you tell us your favorite tips?
Well, all right. One of my favorite tips is to put a dash of bleach in your water where you're going to be putting flowers because it kills the bacteria and your flowers are going to last way longer. You would think that bleach would kill flowers. So this is counterintuitive, but it's not true. It actually just, of course, don't put too much in, but if you just put a dash in, it actually preserves your flowers.
Well, you've got to believe that those chemicals that come with the flowers, in the little pack for that, those are probably bleach of some form, of crystallized form. I mean,
right.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah. So a little bleach, a little sugar, and you're good to go with your flowers.
Okay.
Okay. Another tip is, and it's Valentine's Day, so this would be real easy for people to do today. You can make any drink fun with 3 things: fresh berries, mint, and a sparkling something. So if you're doing a Galentine's party, you can mix orange juice with a little like sparkly champagne. If you're doing, your family drinks, you just get some kind of sparkling water and like cranberry juice because it's red, or, some other kind of juice that your kids like, fruit punch, whatever. You just make it sparkly. You just do some kind of juice with sparkle, and then you put in a couple berries and a little mint sprig on top, and you are fancy.
Yep, totally. I endorse this.
Yeah. So that's so easy. I mean, it's so easy. The only hard part is getting people to not eat the berries before you're trying to use them in the drink, because berries don't last long in our house.
That's right.
And then the last tip, I would say, this is something I've been repeating to people constantly, is the quickest way to change a room is to change the paint and the light fixtures. So if you're looking for like, I really need to refresh a space, start with paint and light fixtures.
Okay. That's great. That's a good tip. Because those aren't major costs usually.
Right. Yeah. You'll just be amazed at just how changing the paint to something fresh and bright and light, and then just putting a modern light fixture in. I mean, it can like change a bedroom in like flash, little flash. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to favorite movies or series.
Okay. I got mine.
Okay.
I mean, I watched it last spring and was like, this is going on the favorite things. And since then, number 2 has come out. It's a movie on Netflix called Enola Holmes. And then there's Enola Holmes 2.
Yes.
Enola Holmes. Have you seen it?
Oh, yes. Are you kidding? I absolutely love Enola.
Okay. So maybe this is like old news to everybody, but Enola Holmes, Sherlock Holmes' sister. And so they're mystery movies. The character's probably around 13 years old.
You think she's that young?
Well, maybe she's probably older.
She's older.
She does some daring things, but there was a couple of scenes in the first movie that were a little bit scary for my youngest. But other than that, it was a super great movie for girls, because I'm always looking for strong female characters that aren't sexualized.
Oh, it's so hard to find.
And Enola Holmes is it. So
it is just, they are so good. Those movies are so good.
Yeah. I mean, as usual, I liked the first one better than the second one. But they're both good, and we're always looking for good movies. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's darling, and she's smart, and it's so great.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you one I bawled my eyes out through, And that was one called The Swimmers. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, but remind me what it's about.
So it's these two sisters from Syria, and they're
Oh,
swimmers. They're
yeah.
like competitive swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up fleeing Syria. So
Mm-hmm.
there's this won't ruin it, but there's this scene where one of the sisters is in the pool. She's training, and there's like a bomb that goes through the building and goes into the pool while she's training. I mean, it's gut wrenching. And so she and her sister flee Syria, and the parents stay with their younger sister in Syria, and they're fleeing and as refugees. And I'm not going to say what happens, but there were so many times in that movie where I just was like, just tears like running down my face. I mean, but it's like really worth watching. Like, it is so good. It's really good. So it's about their journey and what happens to them, and it's very inspiring. So
it's a true story.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what makes it so amazing. So definitely watch that. I absolutely loved The Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings Prime. Have you watched it? You haven't watched it yet.
I don't know. Lord of the Rings. I just can't.
Okay. It is so good. Like, this series. Well, I did hear, and I don't know if this is true. Fact check me, everyone. But I did hear that they spent more money on this than almost any series they've ever done ever. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't quite know why, but it's like, it is very epic. Like, it is like the scenery, like everything's very epic. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I challenge you. I'm going to throw down a challenge.
Okay. Okay. Can my kids watch it? That's my only question, because I never sit down and watch something by myself. Right?
Go to Plugged In Online and see the elements and see what age you're comfortable with. I can't remember. I mean, the thing about Lord of the Rings, there's no sexual things. It's more just going to be violence.
Yeah.
But I can't remember how much is in there. So anyway, but talk about strong female character. I mean, strong female character. She's amazing. So she's an elf, and she's incredible. She's like, yeah. And then can we talk about Yellowstone?
I think this might be a repeat.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I haven't,
because it's still good.
I haven't watched the second one yet. So the second series, or the second season. So anyway, I have nothing new to say other than really strong characters. Kevin Costner is the best I've ever seen. He's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. How about favorite Instagram inspiration?
Well, the first person that came to mind is who I consider my new friend, Amy. Her Instagram handle is Hiding in the Closet with Coffee. That's her Instagram. And she writes almost exclusively about parenting teenagers and young adults. And she's funny, and she makes me cry, and she's very thoughtful, and she really loves her kids, and you can just tell. And so she articulates a lot of things that I feel just about being grateful to be a mom, and the letting go process, and it's really great. So I end up sharing her a lot on Facebook, because she posts on Facebook too, and it's just easier to share things on Facebook. But
that's probably why I haven't seen her.
Amy Betters Mitvet. She's also a teacher. I think she's a high school teacher. So she just loves teenagers,
That's so great. Aw, I love teenagers too.
Okay. What about you?
Well, this shows the varied nature of my personality right here is my 3 recommendations. The first one is Little House on Chestnut. It's a Seattle-based Instagrammer.
Okay.
Who is she has just the cutest, it's interior design. So the cutest stylings for holidays, and everything's just so cute. And it's Northwesty, and I just like it all. So that's more like my interior design recommendation. This next one, I think everyone in the world probably knew about her before me because she has like 1.4 million followers.
I don't know about her. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I didn't either before this year, but it's Stylin' by Aylin. And she just gives outfit tips and they're really cute, like kind of cash. Like the last one she shared, I think was like a travel outfit where she had like, basically a sweatsuit, like how they have now, with a vest and then a little bag. And I mean, she's just cute and everyone in the world seems to be following her, but I didn't know about her. And then the last one is Mike Donahue, who's, I believe he's the lead singer of 10th Avenue North, the Christian band 10th Avenue North, who I really like. I love 10th Avenue North. And realizing that's kind of a mouthful to say.
They must have a shortened version that they use because every time they refer to themselves, they can't say all that.
I know. But anyway, I really like what he posts about spiritual things. It's really thought-provoking and insightful and yet light at the same time. I don't know how to really describe it, but he's intelligent while being relatable. And I love that combo. And so I really appreciate him. So I really like him.
Okay. I'm going to have to
Mike
look him up.
Donahue.
Mike Donahue.
All right. Must reads. Let's move to books.
Okay. This is another thing you gave me recently. So it's on my mind is From Strength to Strength. Wow. It kind of rocked my world.
It did.
Yeah. Just talking about the second season of life and what we offer the world in this season and how to use what we have to offer as a strength rather than trying to maybe hold on to things that are now done and over. So I really liked it. Really, really liked it. Another book that I will say I've been enjoying that is very different. It's a very different book is The God Shot, which I got as a book someone sent us, as a promo book for the podcast. And it's a 40-day devotional. It's like 2 pages. That's it.
That's Tara-Leigh Cobble, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is a great book, no matter where you are on your faith journey, because it kind of takes you through the basics a little bit of who Jesus is. But it also takes you through the basics of who Jesus is. And you're like, oh, right. This is what we're about. But I really love, she has a little bit of scripture. I mean, not just a little bit. It's like 10 verses maybe. And then just a page of this is why, this is what I think about it. And I love her perspective. It's been really a great surprise to me. I would never have bought it. How about that?
Yeah.
I never would have picked it up at the store and been like, oh, I think I want this book. But I have liked it.
Yeah. Well, her podcast is so popular too. The Bible recap. Okay, great. I would say mine, a few. I'm a reader, so I could have listed a ton, but I'll only list 3. One is The Culture Code, The Secrets of Highly Successful Groups. And I will just say that this isn't just for business people. Like it's anyone who's running any group anywhere. This is a great book for what creates psychological safety, what creates that healthy culture that we all want in a group. So anyone who's part of a group, this is a great read.
We're doing a whole retreat, not you and me, but me and a work group next week around that book.
You are? It's around that book?
Yeah. We're breaking it up into the 3 sections of the book. We're going to talk about belonging and safety and vulnerability. And as leaders, these are all ministry leaders who have teams of employees that how do we create cultures that, and not only that, but organizationally with the families we serve, and how do we create cultures that feel safe for people that they want to stay in and that are healthy. Yeah.
Okay, I love it. I want to hear a lot more about that from you. But yay, that makes me so happy to hear you're doing that and using that. It's incredible. The other book I would recommend is I Guess I Haven't Learned That Yet by Shauna Niequist. And it's for anyone who is in midlife. It's a midlife book. I didn't realize that when I picked it up. You don't necessarily, you kind of know that by the subtitle, but I didn't really know that. But she's a beautiful writer. She's a very story-based writer. So I listened to it on Audible. It was very easy to listen to, but I think anyone in midlife can relate to a lot of the concepts that she brings out. So that was a great book, easy to listen to on Audible. And then I wanted to include a fiction book and one that my daughter and I listened to when we did a road trip together. So I think that's always a fun thing to do when you're road tripping or going somewhere with one of your kids, is to listen to a book together and then talk about it. It's just fun. And we did Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. And it's received a lot of acclaims. And it's a fiction book set in Seattle. She's got this Microsoft husband, and she kind of has a breakdown, but it's really funny. It's a very witty book, and her writing is very intelligent and smart. And this woman, the main character, is a famous architect, but she kind of goes into hiding and she has some mental health issues. So it explores some of the deeper mental health issues, but through this kind of lighthearted and funny story. So it's very layered, which I really liked. And my daughter loved it.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Where'd you go, Bernadette? And it's kind of a mystery too. So it kind of wraps all those things together. So I would say it's more for older teenagers or young adults. And so, or not necessarily older teenagers, but teenagers and young adults would appreciate it, and older. You could do it with your parents too. Like if you're going somewhere with your parents, I think that would be a fun listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite recipes.
Well, I have to say, I was just thinking, because I'm doing some meal planning for this retreat next week, that soup that you posted, I'm going to say maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, the meatball one.
Yes. Will you link to that?
Sure. I can link to that.
And does it have spinach in it too? Fresh spinach?
Probably, because I put spinach in everything to try and get more vegetables and things. Like I put spinach in almost everything.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make that next week.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Gluten-free, dairy-free. I'm trying to.
Oh, you are. Okay. It's hard to do.
People's needs. Okay. So, how is soup life for you in February? It's kind of the season for soup.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm a soup. I could eat soup all day, every day. I love soup. And I did make, it's probably a little similar to the meatball soup. I can't remember exactly, but I hosted a going away party for a good friend. And I just made it up, this soup, and everyone loves it so much. And my friends are making it all the time. They're like, I've made your soup 3 times this week. I mean, they love this soup. Everybody who tries it loves this soup. So I'm going to try and put amounts, but I really did just wing it. But basically the soup is you put garlic and onion in a pot, and then you add Italian sausage, and then diced tomatoes, tomato paste, chicken broth, red wine. And then you throw in some cannellini beans, and then oregano, dried basil, and just a dash of cream, or don't, if you're trying to make it dairy-free. And it's delicious. It's absolutely really hearty, delicious, and everyone loves it. And it's gluten-free. So, okay. So that's a good one. And I'll try and do amounts as much as I can, though I can't guarantee it because I really do wing it.
Okay. So did you name it?
I need to name it. How about I name it the Italian soup extravaganza?
Okay. As long as we know.
Why don't you help me name it? Why don't we do something fun like
can you name it after your friend whose party you had?
Oh, Ariana.
Ariana's
Yeah.
soup.
Ariana's going away soup.
Yes. See, that would be in a cookbook.
Okay. Shout out, Ariana. This
Uh-huh.
is to you because Ariana does claim to be the biggest fan of the sisterhood. She
Mhm.
does.
Yeah. So now we're talking about you, girl, and your soup.
And I feel like she should have a soup on the sisterhood named after
Mhm.
her, because if she's not our biggest, which she said she'll go up against anybody as the biggest fan, but she is definitely like up there, which we love.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ariana, for being a part of the
Mhm.
sisterhood.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll just say I don't think I've ever shared the rave reviews dip on here, and I felt
Mm-mm.
like I needed to.
There's
Because
a name for you.
this is from the Spokane Junior League cookbook. Thank you. Thank you, junior leagues all over the world, or the United States, because they have great cookbooks. They do great things in communities. And this is just something I always have the ingredients in my pantry. So if I'm just needing to bring an appetizer somewhere, it has mayonnaise. It's mayonnaise based, but don't let that scare you, because it's not too, like, it doesn't taste like mayonnaise. And you put cheddar cheese, green chilies, a little bit of Tabasco, black olives, optional. Anyway, it just has stuff like that. And everyone loves this dip, this rave reviews dip. And so it's just a great dip to take places.
Does it have kind of a Mexican feel to it? I'm thinking Tabasco and
I
cheddar.
know you would think that it would taste kind of in that vein, but it actually is just a very neutral. And you can serve it with crackers or chips or whatever.
Okay.
So I've never told the sisterhood about this dip, so I feel like I need to.
Okay.
And then Easter's coming up, and I may have mentioned these before, but my almond cherry scones are fantastic, and Easter's coming up, and that would be a great recipe.
Is that dried cherries?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best scone recipe.
Okay. Really good.
I'll hold this scone recipe up against anyone's. I really will. It's that good.
That does sound good. Okay, well, that's a good way for us to end.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well,
we always talk a lot on this annual episode of things we love, but just like the disclaimer at the beginning, we have to say at the end, we love you, sisters. We love the sisterhood.
Yes, we sure do. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We hope it is whoever you're with, whether you're having a Galentine's or you're just spending it by yourself and Jesus, or you're with your family. We just want to say we hope that you are feeling the love from us today, from the sisterhood.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.